Hello, I'm Patty Blackmer, the creator of Trick Geography and fellow homeschooler. Our three sons are graduated now and work with Dad in our homegrown landscape business. Trick Geography actually grew out of our own homeschooling experience, and we're delighted to pass it on to you. Today I'd like to do four things. I'd like to talk briefly about the importance of geography, the prevalence of geographic illiteracy, how Trick Geography addresses the problem, and then I'd like to finish by giving you a demonstration to show you how the program works. But first, learning geography, and when I refer to geography, I'm talking about the actual map or the globe. Geography is often relegated to the back burner. It may be seen as an add-on activity or as a let's get her done so we can check her off and forget it tomorrow subject. You know what I mean. But it doesn't have to be that way, and it shouldn't be that way. There's more value to geography, to knowing that map, than you think. And be encouraged. There really is a fun, easy way to learn and teach geography in a way that will last. So what's the big deal with geography? We all know that certain information is fundamental to learning. For example, you know that learning the alphabet is essential for spelling and reading. Learning your numbers is essential for math and computation. And learning geography is basic for understanding and connecting with history, current events, people groups, travel, religion, government, landmarks, even weather, just to name a few. Geography encompasses the world quite literally, and people who know their geography become better students. Yes, better students. Why? Because every event has a place and a connection to a bigger picture. We like to help students see that bigger picture. We are creating a grid or matrix full of hooks on which to reinforce and hang the endless flow of information that students will encounter throughout their entire lives. Several years ago, I had a mom come up to me at our co-op to tell me about her elementary school son. She said that she and her husband had been watching the news that night, and her son was within hearing distance. The newscaster mentioned the country of Iran. And she said, Patty, my son perked up and he said, I know where that is. And he came over and he sat on the couch to watch the news. Now, what had happened? Her son had connected with events happening in the Middle East without even trying. And he will continue to be more attuned to history and culture and government and world events in the future as well. Knowledge of geography causes your kids to pay better attention just naturally. I had two sisters in one of my classes tell me about a missionary who had come to their church. They said he was from Mongolia. Well, guess who paid closer attention to the missionary's presentation? And folks, this is simply because those girls could identify a shape on a piece of paper, Mongolia. It's crazy, but it's true. That simple bit of knowledge has this incredible effect. Unfortunately, most students lack even the most basic grasp of geography. In fact, a U.S. News and World Report article begins with the statement, "It's no secret that U.S. students are horrible at geography and have been for some time." Another survey of 3,000 young people ages 18 to 24 from 9 countries ranked the U.S. second to last. We were just ahead of Mexico. Here are some of the findings. 29% couldn't find the Pacific Ocean on a map. 28% couldn't find Japan. 65% couldn't find France. 69% couldn't find the UK. And 70% could not find Iran or Israel. 90% couldn't find Afghanistan. Believe it or not, more of the participants knew that the island featured in the TV show Survivor was in the Pacific Ocean than could find Israel on a map. When given a map of the United States, 1/3 of the young people couldn't find Louisiana, 48% couldn't locate Mississippi, and 50% could not find New York State. How would you have scored on those surveys? And don't be fooled. Geographic illiteracy is not limited to students in the public schools. It's alive and well in the homeschool community. When I taught Trick Geography, I would have students in my class take a pre-test So, for instance, if we were doing Africa, I would give them a map of Africa and say, tell me whatever countries or capitals you know. I'd say, take out a half sheet of paper and tell me what you know. And I happen to have a few of those left over at the end of the year, one year. And this was from middle school and high school. And I made some copies of them. And I know you can't see too well, but this is what they knew coming into my class. Basically nothing. If you can see, that student knew one, somebody else knew one. These students didn't know anything. You get the idea. It was a pretty sad state of affairs. So why is geography so difficult to learn? I think Winston Churchill summed it up pretty well when he said, I am always ready to learn, although I do not always like being taught. A subject poorly presented can quickly become a source of pain for any of us. We use the term painfully boring, and we all know how rote memory works not so well. Songs are helpful for learning states and capitals, but they lack the visual component necessary for learning the map. Geography need not be a boring subject, nor one easily forgotten. Remember, there's no glory in making a subject difficult to learn. You don't get extra credit for having lost your mind in the process of trying to learn something. Let's save complicated thinking for complicated subjects. One of the benefits of Trick Geography is its incredible adaptability to both students and to schedules. Because the program uses memory helps or tricks which incorporate multiple learning styles, there are no grades or age requirements, and the program lends itself to a wide range of learning styles. By design, we've incorporated images for the visual learner, phonetic association and verbal articulation for the auditory learner, and dot-to-dots and fill-in-the-blanks for your artsy or writing student. It's a multi-sensory program. In any family or classroom, there will be individuals of varying ages, abilities, interests, attention spans, and learning styles. As such, it's sometimes hard to find subjects or approaches that work for everyone at the same time. We have you covered. I've even taught the program to a co-op class with students grades 3 through 12 without a problem. As for scheduling, Trick Geography works as a standalone curriculum or in conjunction with the study of history, current events, social studies, or with your own unit studies. You can go through an entire unit or pick and choose specific regions to cover instead. Don't want to teach every capital? Don't. Teach just states or countries and select the capitals that are pertinent to your specific area or emphasis. You control the program. The program doesn't hold you hostage. Finally, Trick Geography requires no teacher prep time. You heard that right. The curriculum frees the teacher from the tyranny of cumbersome lesson plans. I hear you. I've been there. Here you just open the teacher guide and read the trick words and sentences. It's that simple. In fact, older students may prefer to work on their own quite easily. Sometimes all it takes is one successful subject to energize your entire school day. Trick Geography is a great choice for morning time. It's a wonderful way to begin your day on a fun, positive note. The teacher will have as much fun as the students. The success everyone has is invigorating. I had a mom message me a wonderful review of Trick Geography. She wrote, I want to let you know that your program has been a highlight of our homeschool year. My son has a very difficult time memorizing facts. Because of your unique approach using visuals and word cues, he has almost memorized all 50 states. He amazed himself. Geography is our new favorite subject. For our demonstration today, we're going to be looking at the South Central United States. Now to begin, this is what the student book is like. The student will see an outline of the United States on the top with the region we're focusing on highlighted. On the bottom page is that region enlarged. Our goal is to give meaning to the random shape of a state or country. We want to turn what would otherwise be a meaningless blotch into something the student can relate to. In this case, we say that Kansas is a can. This is something we're all familiar with, so the student will easily see that the shape of Kansas is a can. And then he will take his little nifty pencil and go ahead and connect the dots on that can, which I've done here. After the student does that, the teacher will say the trick word is can, and then the student will write the word can in the blank. The student is given the opportunity to hear the teacher say the name of the state, to repeat the name of the state, to draw the state by connecting the dots, and then to write the trick word can on the line. Let's try another example. For Missouri, we say Missouri is a mouse that scurries. So once again, the student gets the opportunity to connect the dots on the mouse that scurries, and really this is very fun. Your artsy students will just love this. So there's my little mouse that scurries, and then on the blanks we write mouse scurries. As simple as that. And let me show you how easy the teacher guide is. What you will have is a smaller image of what the student is seeing in the student book with all the answers written in. And all you do is open the book and go. The words are right across it. Here's Kansas, a tin can, the word can. For Missouri, a mouse that scurries, and then mouse scurries. Very simple. Once the student has mastered the states or countries, it's time to move to the capitals. In this case, again, there's a two-page layout. We have the United States, the region highlighted, and then here, all of the state pictures are filled in with the capitals indicated. On the bottom are the capital tricks. So for our first one, we had Kansas was the can. The capital is Topeka. So we say she kicked the can with her toe pick. So we circle the toe pick and we write toe pick in the blanks. For Missouri, which was the mouse that scurries, the capital is Jefferson City. So we say the mouse scurries from the ref in the city. So we circle the ref in the city and write ref in the city. Finally, physical features are presented with word clues as well. I'd like to show you the final grades. I had shown you these pre-tests from my middle and high school students. The final grades were in the 80s and 90s. That was 1 year. We did the entire world, and we had extra time left over. We actually were able to include the United States as well. Trick Geography comes in two main editions, the USA and the World. The USA takes about 7 weeks for elementary students to complete, while middle school and high schoolers can finish the course in 5 weeks. The World edition will take roughly 1 year to complete. For those who only want to focus on a single continent, we've separated the units from the World edition into their own individual editions. We have Africa, Asia, the Americas and Oceania, and Europe. The time schedule for these smaller editions is comparable to the US, with the exception of the Americas and Oceania, which should take between 8 and 12 weeks, depending on the student's age. Trick Geography is great for families, co-ops, and more traditional classrooms as well. Even grandparents are stepping up and getting into the act. How great is that? Please visit our website at trickgeography.com for more information. If you have questions, you can email us at trickgeography@outlook.com or call us at 248-212-7422. Thanks for listening and have a great school year.